before thee. So now let's go back and read Sirach 18. So if he spoke of these things from before us, then that means he already knew about it. All right?
You want me to continue where I left off?
Yeah.
The mercy, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
The mercy of man is towards his neighbor.
And I just wanted to just say this as well. And this just goes to show you, no matter how much these Edomites at the very top try to escape judgment, they can't escape judgment because their actions was already, again, written before they were even thought of. So they were going to do A, B, and C, right? And the Lord was going to give them the mindset to even probably have in mind that they can actually, escape judgment. But with that being the case, they can't escape judgment, man. You can't, come on, like, how are you going to undo what the Most High did? The Most High created you. The Most High created you to do his will. It says in the book of Romans 9, whosoever resisteth his will, no, not one. That's in Romans 9. If you can, brother, give me Romans 9. Get back to that. Because see, what the elites are trying to do, they're trying to escape judgment. That's why they want to chip everybody. They want to be the new gods. They want to pretty much recreate the will because they hoping that somehow, some way we can escape. There's no escape. It was written. Your judgment is written. What's going to happen to your elites was already written. It was written. And what's happening now was already written. So there's no escape. You can't escape the Father. The Father created you. Therefore, he put it in your mind and programmed you, written your life before time, as to what you were going to do before you even thought of. So there's no escape. There's no, oh, it's a might or it's an if. There's no might or if. They're going down. They're going into slavery under us, who they enslaved. That's what's going to happen. All of this malarkey that they're trying to cause up, it's all going to lead to the downfall of the system. And they're going into captivity. End of story, man. Go on, brother. Let's read this.
Romans.
And that's the will of the Most High.
This is Romans 9 and 19. Thou wilt thou say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will?
Right. Who have resisted his will? Nobody has resisted the will of the Lord. So Esau, like I said, Esau is trying to do so much. He's doing too much already. He's got his monthly prognosticators. He's got a sorcerer and his witches and his warlocks. They're drinking blood as much as they can.
Yeah.
And doing all that they can do on the left-hand side, hoping that the left-hand side will allow them to escape. But the left-hand side energy, which is the spiritual demon Satan, is in the control of them. It's under orders, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if he's under orders, again, you can't escape, man. There's no escape, Esau. It's done. It's a wrap. And they know it's a wrap. Go on, brother.
Appreciate. This is an oldie but goodie, yeah? Job 14 and straight to the point, 5 says, seeing his days are determined.
Seeing his days are determined. You know what the word determined means? The word is karatazah, which means cut. So he has a portion of time to rule, and it's cut. Esau is not going to add, now, a millisecond to his rule. Let's read that.
The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Exactly. And check this out. It says that, the number of his months are with the Most High. So the Lord, even though the Most High put him in power, but he also knows the actual time when he's going to end his rulership. He knows. He even knows when the Lord is going to be let loose. The angels don't know. The Messiah doesn't even know. That's in Matthew 24. The Lord knows when he's going to let loose his son as a pit bull ready to devour. Okay? A pit bull ready to destroy his whoever's against him, man. Whoever's in the way of him. Excuse me. If you can, brother, if you could give me that scripture, no man knoweth the hour nor the day, the time, the Son of Man cometh.
Oh.
So there's a period, there's a portion of time that the Lord knows and nobody else knows. So therefore, if that's the case, then we have to conclude that this is not, as I'm going to say again, the everlasting kingdom. This is not the everlasting kingdom. No matter how much technologically advanced they've become, no matter how much they grow in their sword and all of this stuff, and no matter how much they try and sway the people under this technological way of things, getting people to be tripped so that they can have more control of the people, it's not going to work, man. It ain't going to work. Because what we're doing wasn't even a part of the plan. So how much more, how's, you got to also think, damn, man, if what we're doing wasn't a part of the plan, but there's other plans that wasn't a part of their plan that's happening right now. Go on, brother. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, Matthew 24 and 36.
Yeah.
But of a day and hour knoweth no man.
Okay.
No, not the angels of heaven.
Right.
But my Father only.
But my Father only. Go on.
Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were,
Yep.
so shall also the Son of Man be. The coming
And
of
we
Son
don't
of Man
even know
be.
that, but you know how we're gonna kind of know, because we're gonna keep our eyes on the signs and wonders which was foretold, which was spoken from the beginning of time, as what was told as what was told to Ezra, to measure the times diligently in itself, and that's a command going forth towards us as well. So we kind of know, but everybody else, they're not gonna know about it. They're gonna be taken, of course, when they see the Messiah make his second return, and the way that he's going to make his second return. Okay? So going back to what I was saying in the book of Job 14, the Lord had a portion of time for Esau, and he knows the portion of time, how long he's going to rule for. And there's a bound that he cannot pass, meaning Esau ain't going to go for another millisecond. 0.1 second. Okay? Go on, bro. Let's read that again, man.
I got the one. This is another oldie but goodie. The Job 20 verse 5 says that the triumph of the wicked is short,
Right, go on.
and the joy of the hypocrites but for a moment.
But the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. So if that's the case, then we also got to look at this as well, that Esau has a short period of time. Now it looked like a long time because they came as the Greeks, they came as the Romans, and now they're back.
Oh! Wicked.
Yeah.
Shalom, brother.
Yeah, man.
You know? So yeah, like I said, man, I mean, Esau's time is short. And it's much more shorter now than ever there was before. Shalom, brother. Yahawashi, man. You know? Come on now.
Glad to see you.
You still got something,
No, you got some. If you got some, bring it
I've
out.
got something.
Yeah, go on.
This is it's something I found. Psalms 90 correlating with the 1,000 years. Psalms 90 and 4. For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday.
Exactly.
When it is past and as a watch in the night.
Yeah.
Before I bring that out.
Yeah, that goes right, that connects with what you was reading in Sirach. So yeah, so that shows you that the Lord, there's levels to the Lord, man. There's levels to realms, man. We're at the lowest realm, so one day to the Lord seems like a long ass time to us. It makes up to be 1,000 years. So how much more the days of eternity, man? And as it says in the book of Revelations, it talks about how we will reign with Yahawashi for 1,000 years. So we're going to be reigning with him one day. That's going to be one day to the Lord. You see? And there's no time period. That doesn't mean that there's a time period to our kingdom, because our kingdom, as we just went over countless of times, we didn't read the scripture though, but as it says in Daniel's 7th chapter on how we're going to inhabit the everlasting kingdom, meaning it's going to be ongoing forever and ever, perpetually, non-stop, as you already know what the word forever, everlasting means anyway. Go on, brother. Let's read this.
Okay, this is Psalms 94. O Lord Yahawashi, to whom vengeance belongeth.
Yeah.
O power, to whom vengeance belongeth.
Yeah.
Show thyself. Lift up thyself to judge the earth.
Right, and he will do that. His son is going to come back again. He's going to show judgment on the earth. And we're going to be very, very happy about that. Because then we're going to realize that, for one, there's a judgment for the wicked, and that there's a rewarder for those that have faith in him. That's what we're going to realize. And our great reward is going to be us being saved from the turmoils to come. while the wicked is being judged severely. Let's read some more on that.
Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud.
Render a reward to the proud. The ultimate proud ass is Esau.
And that right there, standing right there.
Right, exactly.
On the left of you, right in front. With the LGBT.
Right, exactly. So this is the thing. And really Esau pumped that vibration on it to be proud about being a son. You know what I mean? So this is the thing. This is how, that's another way another reason why Esau is going to crumble apart, because of what? Pride. So the Lord is going to reward the proud, the ultimate proud one, Esau. Go on.
Lord Yahawashi, how long shall the wicked triumph?
Right.
And that correlates with what?
What
you're bringing out.
Exactly.
Job. I've got some others.
And the triumphing of the wicked is short. And it looks like it's a long time to us. But it's a short time.
Yeah.
Very short period of time.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is just wait.
One-
Keep
one
doing the
day.
work and just wait. And you know what too as well, it's funny because it did go fast when you think about it. Time did go pretty fast. Because why? It's because it's short. The time is short. Go on, brother. And as closer we get to the end, the shorter the days are becoming as well. Go on, brother.
Verse 4, how long shall they utter and speak hard things? And all the workers of iniquity boast themselves.
Right, and what is it? The workers of iniquity boast themselves. And they're going to boast themselves until they can't boast themselves anymore. But that boasting and all of those great words they spoke up against the Most High, all of that will be required. Every last one of it. And there's no escape, like I said. They believe and think that they can escape the judgment. Can't escape the judgment, bad boy. Go on, brother.
They break in pieces thy people, O Lord Yahawashi, and afflict thine heritage.
Right, and Esau is a bad boy, because I said that by mistake, but he is a bad boy. He was born speaking lies. That's a bad individual. Somebody that is born speaking lies, man. And a nation which was born just for the sake of perdition. He even said it in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, where Paul referenced Malachi 1 and 4 and how he loved the one and hated the other. Loved Jacob and hated Esau. Go on, brother. So when the Messiah, Salakia, brother, so when the Messiah comes back, he's going to show how much he hates Esau. Go on.
They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, the Lord Yahawashi shall not see, neither shall the power of Jacob regard it.
Yeah.
That's it on there.
Because they believe that there's no God. But as it says in the book of Psalms 14 and 1, it says, the fool hath said in his heart that there is no God. They're a bunch of fools, man. As the scripture says, folly is set in great dignities. And the rich sit in low places. Who is the ultimate, the rich that sit in low places? The children of Israel, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos and Native American Indians. So when you have a foolish nation ruling the earth, this is what you're going to get. Foolishness, adultery, whoredom. All of the wisdom and understanding of wickedness, which our people are using and thinking that they're wise and just wise. Really, they're wise in doing evil, man. Because the evil one has begun to be exalted. And therefore, as it says in the book of Proverbs, when the wicked are exalted, the wicked walk up on every side. This is why the world lieth in wickedness, because everybody's under the vibration of evil. And they don't even know. They think that we're the ones that's evil, but really we're the ones that are looking out for righteousness to come. They're not looking out for righteousness to come. They're looking to continue on in evil, which is this world. Go on.
This is Psalms 36. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes.
Because there is no God in their eyes. There's no God. So why am I going to fear? And plus, we don't enslave these people.
You don't have to
we
do
don't
it.
stole their lives. We don't shed a lot of blood to get to where we got to right now. And nobody did anything about it. So that's a proof. So they're convinced even on that regard that there's no God. But there is a God that's pretty much watching everything that they've done and building a case. All right? So things such as building a case. So the Heavenly Father is building a case on evil. Once they accomplish their wickedness, then the Lord is going to judge them in the way that he sees fit. Let's read.
This is verse 2. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity to be let me read that again. For he flatters himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful.
Yeah.
The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
And deceit.
He have left off to be wise
Right.
and to do good.
Come here.
So he have left off to be wise and to do good, because he really can't do no good. Like I just said earlier before, we're talking about a group of people that can't do right. It's not in them to do right. Okay? The snake is going to be a snake. The sheep is going to be the sheep. And we are the sheep. And then later on we will become lions, right along with Yahawashi. So when Yahawashi comes back, he played the sheep, and we played the sheep too. But when Yahawashi comes back, he's going to come back and give us power. And we're going to be the lions right along with him. It says, indeed will I break in pieces the nations. You see? So that's what's coming next. And Esau's being the serpent, and it can't help but be the serpent. Go on, brother. And the proof is in the pudding, because what is he doing? He's telling you, oh, well, you got to get vaccinated now. All right? Because there's a sweeping, destructive virus out there that's killing many and thousands of people. But the actual virus he's telling you to watch out for, he wants you to inject under your skin. So that's a fucking serpent, if you ask me. Go on, brother. Let's read this.
Verse 4, he deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good.
Right, he set up himself in a way that is not good. Going back to the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. The spirit that's in him is not upright in him. So he can't do no good. Esau cannot do no good. No matter how much they try to project that they're good. They're no good. You could put lipstick on the pig instead of pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on, bro. Let's read.
He abhorreth not evil.
He don't avoid evil. He meant to say abhorreth.
Yeah.
Abhorreth,
Go on.
he abhorreth not evil.
Right?
Thy mercy, O Lord Yahawashi, is in the heavens.
Right. Thy mercy, Yahawashi, is in the heavens. So the Lord is going to have mercy on the elect, those that return unto him, so that we can escape from the teeth of the beast that seek to devour. As it says in Revelations 12:12, the devil shall come down having great wrath, because he hath but a short time. And the ultimate devils are the ones at the very top, which are in control of the trends of this world, the police officers, all of the different forces. So he's going to pretty much give the go-ahead, the green light to those police forces to clamp down on the people, and especially at those that fear the Heavenly Father. All right? Because we're of a different fashion. This is why people don't understand this. We're misunderstood, furthermore, because we're not correlating with this world. We're here in the world, but in the spirit, we're not in the world. Let's read this.
Okay, this is Proverbs 19 and 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction,
Yes.
that thou mayest be wise in the latter end.
Right.
There are many devices in a man's heart.
Okay.
Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord Yahawashi,
That shall stand.
that
Right?
shall stand.
Exactly. And that's one of my favorite scriptures. That's why I knew where he was going with that. You know? But it says seek counsel in the latter end, meaning seek counsel.
Hear counsel
Right, excuse me.
and
Hear
receive
counsel.
Instruction, that thou mayest be wise in the latter end.
And we are being made wise in the latter end. Because the Lord could have just said, you know what? You're not gonna adhere to this truth, even if you do find it. But the Lord opened our minds up to receive this truth. Therefore, He had mercy upon us. Okay. So we sought for the truth because we knew something wasn't really right. Something was wrong here, and we wanted to find some kind of truth, find something to follow. Okay. And what did we find? In the spirit and power of Yahawashi, the truth. And the Lord opened our minds, because you got the ones of our people. They probably, have found the truth, but something happened to where they weren't able to receive it.
Yeah.
So if you received it, highly likely you're the elect. You're the remnant that He will have mercy upon. And you will only see the reward of the wicked. And you will know who the wicked is. And hey, like I said, man, eventually everything's going to play out, man. Esau can't do nothing. Esau can only but do what the Lord allow him to do. Go on, let's read this.
Got another precept. This is Ecclesiasticus 32:33. Where shall no evil happen unto him that feareth
Exactly.
the Lord Yahawashi? But in temptation, even again, he will deliver him.
Right. You can speak on that, brother.
Read that again. There shall no evil happen to him that feareth the Lord. So if you fear Yahawashi, that's what's going to be our protection. Because with that fear is faith. If you don't have any faith, you're not going to fear something you don't believe in. Like Elder was saying, you're not going to fear something you don't believe in.
Come on.
So the fear of the Lord, no evil's going to happen to those that fear Yahawashi. They're going to be protected. Why? Because they have fear. Fear is faith, faith is fear. But in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. So when this hour of temptation comes, the elect are going to be delivered from this destruction and from temptation.
That's it.
That's it on that.
That's right. Because we did the work. Our part was just to listen, hearken unto the counsel, come in, and then do the work. And do it even unto the end. Once we've done the work, then the reward will come. What is the reward? To be saved in the days of great despair, of trouble, which is bound to come in these days and times. And we're very well near upon those times because the country's already bankrupt. Like I was telling you brothers, they letting the people know, okay, if you get certain amount of people vaccinated, we can bring everything back to normal again. There's no normality. The country's bankrupt because the country's been down and locked down for a very long period of time.
Yeah.
It's done, and that's what they don't want to really tell the people. It ain't got nothing to do with no vaccination or a sweeping virus. It's the fact that the country is bankrupt. We're at the end of this world. Let's read this.
Yeah, man. Micah 2, in line with what you're saying, and 10 says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest,
Yeah.
because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
And that's what this world will do to you. It will destroy you. Spiritually, mentally, and physically. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be destroyed when those missiles come. Okay? Because guess what? Who's ruling this world? The foolish, the unwise. Therefore making many liken unto himself. Foolish. Thinking that they're wise. Alright? So we're not those kind of individuals. Now we were once foolish, we were once simple, but we returned back to the Heavenly Father. Therefore, the Lord made the simple to be wise now. And we see, and we're so wise to the point where we see the snares of the devil. We know the ins and outs of what this world represents. We know the people of this world. We can read people. We can look at them and know what kind of spirit they're coming in.
Wow.
We know if we're dealing with demons or we're dealing with angels in the physical realm. We know this. Right? Because our eyes are wide open. Our spiritual eyes are wide open. The pineal gland has opened up to a whole nother level to where we see everything. Go on, brother.
Can I just chime in?
Go on, yeah.
And that's what Esau's trying to destroy, your pineal gland by the vaccine jab. Elder Apostle Tahad on the video for that, they called it the God gene or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Feedback too.
It destroys it or something like that.
Yeah. It's like the term is pineal gland. What Esau uses, pineal gland, which is your God gene, your connection with our forefather, our Heavenly Father. Because even with the radiation, all us in the house and everything, the 5G, all that has an effect on your body, mechanics, your memory and all that. Brother was getting really upset when he was going into that, because he was saying this thing is like, they're trying everything. They're trying the kitchen sink us through the food to mess. Because if you got no connection with your Most High, no memory, your relationship with the Most High gone.
It's
so
done, And that's what they want. Because, and check this out, brothers. You know the word pineal. The word pineal means the face of God.
Woo.
That's what it means. So they want to, like you said, they want to disconnect you from seeing your Maker. And that's in the book of Genesis 32.
When Jacob was wrestling with the
hey,
angel.
might as well get it, brother. Might as well get it.
It's heavy. Learn something new every day.
See, Esau knows, and this goes to show you that Esau knows everything. It's a lot, brother. Esau knows everything, man. It says that he has become even more wiser than Daniel. The children of this world have become wiser than the children of light. So Esau knows the whole ball game. So the way that we can
Genesis
further
32, 27.
this world is by disconnecting people from their maker.
Yeah.
Because if you have no spiritual connection, then all you're going to be consumed by is what you only can see physically. So let's do away with the spiritual mechanism that people have within their body, which is the pineal gland. All right, go on. Let's get this.
Genesis 32 and 27.
It's like if you look at these Edomites, their pineal gland is very tiny, very small. And in most cases it don't work. That's why they can tell you with great confidence that there is no God. Because they don't have a spiritual connection with God. We do.
And even according to scientists, the people with the pineal gland were harder to be manipulated by demons, and that's why therefore they're easy to be manipulated and used on the left hand side. Because they have a smaller pineal gland.
So there lies the power of the pineal gland. Because
knowledge,
like I said,
knowledge.
As well as, like I said, if they can disallow your pineal gland to work, then they can deceive you. They can tell you things and you're gonna go right along with it because you don't see the spiritual aspect of things. You can't really see if they're, even for example, like I just said, the pineal gland can also allow you to even look through people. Okay? Because it's an organism that allows you to see even spiritual things. Okay? Because if you can connect with your power with the pineal gland, and you can see things that you can't see by the naked eye. That's just the best way I can put it.
That's another word they call it, third eye.
Third eye, yes.
So Elam calls it the Kundalini.
Yeah, the
you know, that's some next stuff they get into. Kundalini. That's what, the center of thought.
Yeah. And smoking weed is another thing that I've had big experience myself in it. And I know it was from the Most High saying, it's not for you.
Yeah.
And I tell you no lie, I heard voices saying, fucking leave it alone, leave it alone. I heard voices and someone could say he went mad, right? He's bugged out, right? But that was the Most High saying no. And my brother carried on smoking. In the long run, he fucked him up.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it fucks up your people say you go mad, right? It's taking away your connection from the Most High.
And check this out too. I want to tell you brothers as well. It's like when I was sleeping, right? And I heard this ring in my ears, this great ring in my ears. What that means is the pineal gland is hard at work. You hear this ring, like when you're sleeping, you hear this ring inside of your ears.
Right.
That's the pineal gland.
It's funny because the smoking weed, when I was smoking weed, I used to rave and stand next to the speaker box. When you come home, it's all you hear. It's the same spirit. It's a left-hand side demon, man.
That's all it is, yeah.
When people smoke weed, what are they doing? They're summoning demons. They got that from Elam.
Yep.
You know, it opens them up to what portals of the spiritual realm.
Right.
You know?
Yep. That's it. That's how it goes, man. But we gotta tap into the righteous side of things. That's really where our true power lies. Go on, brother. Let's read this.
Okay, this is Genesis 32 and 29. And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou asked after my name? And he blessed him there.
Yep.
And Jacob called the name of the place Pineal.
Pineal. That's where you get the word pineal gland.
Woo!
Means the face of God.
That's heavy.
For I have seen the Most High face to face,
See?
and my life is preserved.
That's it.
And
That's what we need.
And as he passed over Pineal, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his fire.
What scripture is that? That's what part
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Genesis 32, and 29.
Yeah.
Every brother.
So that's really what they would love to accomplish. And you know what too? It's actually a good idea because in order for you to further rule over people, you can Salakia, in order for you to rule over people, you should be able further mount to more effectively to deceive them in what you want them to do. So therefore, the best way to do that is to put something inside of your body that can disallow your pineal gland to work, poison you basically. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what this whole thing is about. That's what the whole New World Order agenda is all about. It's trying to disconnect you from your maker so that they themselves can be your maker. Go on, brother.
This is Psalm 64 and 6. start at 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Yeah.
They commune of laying snares privily.
Yeah.
They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities.
And the great evil thing, and just to continue on what I was saying, just to back up to what I'm saying, because why is it that Billy Boy Gates wants to have you to eat genetically modified food? Well, in order for you to eat that kind of food, what they want to do is genetically modify you, all right? Because even the food that we eat is kind of sort of genetically modified, but they want to further genetically modify food and get you to eat meat that's not even meat. And really, the meat that they want you to eat goes back to fungus.
Woo!
That's what they want to do. So they want a genetically modified nature in you in itself, and therefore, guess what? You become their vessel, and you look at them as their maker.
You know what? I haven't had fish for a little while, and you can eat fish because there's certain fishes that you can eat, right? But I went and bought some mackerel yesterday, and when I brought it home, and I smelt it, I looked at it, and I was there pondering about it, and I smelt it. I said,
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right. And I just ended up putting it back in the bag, and I spent about around £10 for that food. I ended up throwing it in the bin because the spirit, and I smelt it, and there's fish, there's a standard that you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be able to look at fish and look at the eyes and see that it's like it's dead, but it's alive, if you understand. It's like a glow. And the skin's supposed to be all silky and silvery looking, especially with the mackerel. And it's one of the it's a fish to eat to make you healthy if you're not well.
Yeah.
So there's certain fishes you can eat, even though I'm on my little thing, but I ended up throwing it away because now the standards of eating food now, right, is really dropped so low now that they're silly, as you're saying.
Yeah.
It might not even have been the real genuine article, man. But you can eat good food if you get it fresh. You can eat meat and fish if you get it right, if you get it fresh. So it's on my mind to go to the right place. Like even certain shops like what the Edomites are dealing with. Elam is gone wicked now, man.
So you know what they was even saying as well. Even what's it called, man? That shop, that health food shop, man.
Oh, Whole Foods. Yeah, I heard about that.
They was even saying Whole Foods even has genetically modified foods in there as well.
And it's supposed to be organic.
Yeah.
So we just have to be more mindful, and the Most High Spirit was working with me. You know what I mean? And I do wanna eat my fish every now and then, but not on not to be overly righteous about anything. But you just got to know what you're buying. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And the main important thing is to pray over your food.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Even down to the water you drink. Yeah. You pray over it before you eat. You know?
That's it, brother.
And drink.
That's it. Because everything's defiled. Well, it says in the book of Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, that the children of Israel will eat their defiled bread among the heathen. So that's happening right now. But the Lord is still allowing us to live, because really we should be dead. With all of the poison in the air and the food, everything's all messed up. All right? And that's why a lot of people, they ain't really thinking too straight.
Right.
Because the food, the air, and just nature itself is just, it's not what it's supposed to be. But yeah, that's the goal, man. The goal is to genetically modify every single thing. And that way they can say, well, we're the new gods now. They want to kick the Most High off his throne, off his position, and they can call themselves the new gods in town. But that's not going to happen, man. The Lord ain't going to allow them to get that far. That's just ridiculous. That's silly.
You've got a scripture concerning why the food is in the state it is. Because it tells you back in the ancient days, to hold some grapes, it took like 2 or 3 men, so you can imagine how massive them grapes were.
Yeah.
I'll get to the point. This is Genesis 4 and 12, 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield.
Yeah.